Howdy everybody out there in YouTube land. This is Amateur Artist Mark D. Chandler once again from Manland. I shot my video about baking them biscuits there in that Stanley prep and cook set, you know, the 2-bowl deal. But I discovered something here about 2 weeks later. I thought this video would be a little bit more important for me to upload right now. Yeah, I don't do too many videos now, but anyway, without further ado, yellow bottle Heet. Quite a bit of them there. Oh yeah. Went to Walmart, and those things right now currently at Walmart are about $1.95 a piece, or was it $1.97? I don't know, but it's under $2. But they went up in price, and there they are. And that right there is important also. That comes from the dollar store. That's $1.25. Something has happened to the yellow bottle Heet. I want y'all to look at that there logo on the front end, because it may be a different formula that I'm not aware of. It sets up your pots and pans. It does now, for some reason. Who knows? Maybe they changed the formula because of the pandemic, and they're just now getting through to where they can get back into normal production. Who knows? Maybe they formulated the thing just for the southern states to be burning like isopropyl alcohol. Even 70%. 99 really does set up, but the 70% doesn't do it so bad. But you can cook on isopropyl if you you know, have the distance of the pot, say about yay far from the flame, and then it burns blue. Anything higher, it burns yellow, and man, it makes a mess. But I got a test here to show you what I'm talking about using yellow bottle Heet. But first, we're going to use that SMB. That's the gas line stuff I got from the dollar store. The thing is, it smells like dead fish when it's burning. It really does, rotten dead fish when it burns. Yellow bottle Heet really doesn't have much of a smell. At least these don't. But for some odd reason, they kind of smell like isopropyl alcohol when they're burning. I thought the isopropyl, they put it in the red bottle. Who knows? Let me get it set up. Today we're going to be using the Pathfinder stainless steel cup, and this is one that was given to me, but I wanted to show you the bottom of it. And maybe that's too much sun glare, but anyway, it's a very clean and shiny pot. I even went and got some Ajax and sat there and buffed it back out to make it nice and shiny. And I noticed that there's a defect in there. Maybe the camera, let me get here in the shade. Yeah, maybe turn it this way. That way the camera, you can see that defect right there. It's like it got something punctured the bottom of it, at least, you know, made a mark there. But that's not going to affect the test at all. I just want y'all to be aware of that, because I don't want to mislead anybody. This is a very clean surface. No soot. Alright, we're going to use this as the test. Let's get this thing activated. Inside the hobo stove there, I've got a Trangia burner, commercial grade, not military. We're going to be using this SMB here first, and this is the stuff that kind of smells. And I'll show you the back of it. Y'all can stop, freeze, and read that all you want to, but all I can find in there, it says something about methanol, and then something else, but it really does not give a real good description of what's in this bottle. But the cheap stuff seems to be burning better, and I'm going to put just, I'm going to guess about yay much. This is not a burn test or anything. This is about how clean it burns. And I've got water inside the Pathfinder pot. That's to keep it from, I don't want to overheat it. Strike anywhere match. And this thing here burns so pretty good, it's hard to see the flame. And I'm going to let this thing here bloom up. Let the Trangia bloom up. Let me zoom in so you can kind of maybe see, maybe not. Let me take that grate off. Alright, you see the flame is burning practically invisible right now here in the center. It's definitely on. Get the match up. But it's going to bloom around the holes, and I think they actually have. I don't really have to wait for that to happen. Let me turn this back upside down. There we go. This is the way I've got this thing here set up. I don't have to wait for the Trangia to bloom up. Trying to conserve that fuel. And there's my Pathfinder pot on top. And we're going to let that burn. And this is not a timing test, a boil test, or anything like that. This is a clean burning test. This is all this is about. So I'm going to let what fuel I put in there go ahead and burn down. Reset the camera up here. If you can see that grate, you might see like some anomalies going on in the grate. I've used this grate here enough to burn off the impurity, because this thing was burning green at one time here a few weeks ago, because it was brand new. It had this coating on there, which I don't know what it is, but I got it all burned off. You may see some green happening, you may see an oddball color, but if you look down there toward the burner, let me get the thing off of there, you can see it's kind of glowing a gold color on the grate. Hope that camera shows that color up, but the naked eye, it looks like a brass color, excuse me, a brass color, not gold. And we start to see a little bit of a flame coming through. I'm going to put this back on top. The Trangia has definitely bloomed. This is not a boil test. And this stuff here, it's about the cleanliness. And we're going to check this thing here out. So what my intentions are is to actually let the Trangia burn out, because we're going to add yellow bottle of heat to it after we reset, and you're going to notice a difference, a big difference, in how clean the fuel actually does or does not burn cleanly. Even right now I can smell it. It's got a, like it's a shrimp or mud bugs or some dead fish. It's got that kind of smell when it burns. And it's not a very pleasant smell, which is probably telling me I shouldn't be out here breathing this stuff, but I'm under the carport. It's pretty much ventilated. My eyes are red and itchy, and I keep rubbing them, but it's because, not because of this stuff, I'm sure. I'm sure it's not. This puppy right here is burning almost invisible. You see the grates are glowing red there. I'm going to take the pot off here. And you don't see really any flame at all. Let me see if I can zoom in without rocking too much stuff. It is a super clean burning fuel. If you still can't see it, I'm going to go ahead and remove the improvised pot stand here, so you can actually look at the flame. You'll see a few impurities every once in a while in there, but that is predominantly blue. You don't really see yellow, you see like an orange color to it. Might see a little bit of yellow every once in a while, but not too much. Putting the pot stand back on. And this water that I've got in here is already boiling. But like I say, it's not about a boil test. This is about how clean this fuel here burns compared to the yellow bottle heat, which back in the day used to burn really clean. They've changed something in the formula, or they messed up at the factory. One of the two, not sure. Could be something else too. Like they're trying to sell us the isopropyl version here in the southern states, because we don't get as cold as the northern states do. They need the real stuff to work. Who knows? Here's the Pathfinder cup, and there's the bottom, and I've got this clean white piece of paper towel here. We're going to rub real good. I've already poured the water out. Y'all kind of noticed that. Make sure this thing cool down, and we'll wipe around the edges, and we have a clean paper towel. No trickery here, folks. Y'all gonna have to take my word for it. I'm just being honest. Now let's reset this thing up with the yellow bottle heat. Yellow bottle heat. We're putting it in the Trangia even right now. Ain't got to pour too much in there, because like I say, this is not about a boil test. This is about how clean it burns. Gonna light it up. Put the match to the side. I'm gonna let that Trangia bloom. It's burning kind of blue right now, but you can actually see a little yellow in there if you can see it in the camera, but you're going to see a big difference here. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on top. And this was designed, anyway, the way I've got it set up here for the Trangia now is I want to be able to set my pot on top of it to conserve as much fuel as I could, but wait for it to bloom there because I want y'all to see this. This might need to leave that off. Look at how orangey yellow that is burning. The other bottle was perfectly clear, blue, at full bloom, at the hottest it's going to get. This thing just cranked up. I mean, it just now started up. There's the rack pot stand. Here goes the Pathfinder. And well, ladies and gentlemen, I only discovered this here today. After buying all that yellow ball of Heet, I was mighty disappointed. And I'll show you the results when it finishes. Burning kind of blue so far, but as soon as it actually heats up, you're going to see. You're going to see the difference. It's burning like isopropyl alcohol, because the closer you get it to the actual flame, it burns blue. Now in this particular setup, it's probably at the correct distance to really not create as much soot, because I actually did it on the cat can stove here, and it was pretty daggone bad. Let me take the cup off again so y'all can see the color change. As it gets oxygen, she's a burning red, just like isopropyl. But now we're going to leave that on that pot and let it burn out. That water has really boiled, and the flames are licking up here on the handle now, which I'm pretty sure that's hot to touch. I actually don't know if I can get that cup off of there without doing some damage to my fingers and the hairs on my arms. This thing is like burning like a wildfire. Same Trangia, just a different fuel. Something else I noticed too earlier today, the snuffer that comes with the Trangia. Where'd I put it? Right here. Will not snuff this flame out. It will not. It won't do it. Well, it did then. Well, dadgum. Earlier, it was so hot it was still burning around the edges. I ended up having to blow it out to try to get it to stop. But luckily that worked. But earlier today, it did not. I could still smell fumes. Matter of fact. Yep, that's what I thought. That's kind of what it was doing beforehand. It was so hot you could not snuff it out with the snuffer. The fumes had built up so much, and you can see right there, it wouldn't go out except to blow it out finally. I'm gonna let that thing cool down, empty this water, and show y'all the bottom of this cup. That is a sooty type of polymer that is now on the bottom of the pot. I'm trying to keep the glare so y'all can see it better. White paper towel again, and hopefully it's cool enough I can do this. And earlier today I ran this thing and was actually boiling some water for a chicken bouillon cube. It's not coming off too bad now, but it's kind of sooty. And I did not let this thing run out. I went ahead and pulled it off there, tried to snuff it out. There's no need. That's enough there to show you that was some soot, and that is not very clean. Now I know y'all are saying it's not that bad, and you're right, it's not that bad. It's not like having it on a wood fire, but last time I did this way back in the years past, yellow ball of Heet burnt clean like you're burning natural gas. It's actually discolored the bottom of that pot. You saw it was on the first test, it was clean, super clean. Now it's not. And I'm going to have to take some more Ajax and a scrubbing pad to get this thing shined back up again. And it's still there. This is exactly like isopropyl alcohol. I'm telling you folks, I used to burn isopropyl alcohol all the time, trying to figure out how to make it do a blue flame. I finally figured it out. Then it was more or less confirmed with Hiram Cook and Flat Cat Gear and all them. But this stuff is burning exactly like isopropyl alcohol. It's no longer clean. Well, there you have it, folks. Amateur Smart D channel. Jeez. Okay, hold on. I got the Pathfinder cup all cleaned up there. Little Ajax, a little kind of scratchy looking, but not as perfectly new as it looked when it come out the box. It didn't look that good when somebody gave it to me either. And no, they didn't. But anyway, what I'm trying to say here is there's definitely something with the yellow bottle Heet. Maybe it's now yellow belly, isopropyl alcohol. Who knows? But it does not keep your cups now as clean as they used to be. And that happens to be here in February of 2023. I'm telling you folks, you need to try another bottle to confirm what I'm saying. Can you understand the words that are coming out of the Pathfinder cup?